I'm gonna get straight to it. Y'all gonna have to definitely bear with me on this one. It's been a lot going on, from demonic entities, familiar spirits, to monitoring spirits, you know, the media games, social media, you know, the illusion of being free. So just bear with me this video because it's a lot going on and it's coming straight from source, uncut, no edits, no nothing. I first want to start by saying shout out to those real ones that's been supporting since day one. If you ever even been donating or even leaving comments, or I'm just saying because I don't know, it seemed like a lot of weird things been going on with these devices or whatnot. Sometimes in the past I've seen comments and they seem like they was very old, and I do try to always check them. But that's neither here or there. The struggle continues. You know, I first want to start off with something motivational, and I think that's going to be one of the themes of this content, you know, not to only talk about, unfortunately, the relentless stalking and bullying and get, like, the devil and demons, one thing about them, they have a purpose. They don't care how anointed you are, whether you consider yourself to be chosen or actually are chosen or called for a purpose or whatever it may be. You know, this stuff get really deep. Me personally, I'll say this. There's so many reasons why they keep saying, you know, a few are called, many are called, a few are chosen, because this stuff get really, it get hectic. It gets distasteful. It gets irritating. You know, it's a physical battle, a mind battle, a spiritual battle. And for the ones that's been going through this and that can relate, you know, shout out to you, because there's not too many that can go through this, you know. They rather live in an illusion and block a lot of things out, you know, which is usually how things go. Just like now. People can't mind their business, they have to come and sit and be nosy. It's like, go mind your business. But they don't do that. They do that shit to be very irritating. They come places just to be in somebody's face. And it's another thing that's very irritating about them. And I was just looking at somebody as I was speaking and doing this. They've seen this stuff a million times and they come just to be nosy and sit back. I'm going to start putting cameras in people's faces. Then they're going to say I'm rude. You know, all they are is monitoring, like, go about your business. But anyways, this is what you deal with on a daily basis. You know, there's not a time where you can actually, you know, I get the concept, right? Nobody's free. I don't give a damn what people try to say. Ain't nothing free here. But my thing is, it's a common thing called, you know what I'm saying? Privacy a little bit. Like one thing, and it's called respect, really. And a lot of these people don't have it. Let's just be honest. They live in their privilege, and people think because I say privilege that I'm only talking to, yeah, I'm primarily talking about whoever the shoe fits, you know. But there's a lot of people that may be from certain backgrounds, different backgrounds, that, you know, had a silver spoon or had it good, in which that's good, you know. Your family did what they had to do. Hopefully it didn't come from nothing either. You know what I mean, or whatever. But we all know how a lot of certain people got wealthy anyway. You know, people hate the truth, but it is what it is. But that's neither here or there. You know, you can't even do simple things. In certain states, you can't even collect rainwater. collect rainwater. There's a lot of things you can't do that in reality you should be able to do. Like if I see somebody doing their own thing or needs some privacy, sure I could walk over there or I could try to view them or whatever the case may be in a free world, right? But there's no more common respect for people. And I think that's why there's a lot of conflicts, there's a lot of discrepancies, there's a lot of discrimination, and there's a lot of all this so-called, I call it so-called racism, because the reality of it, that's just an excuse for people to treat other people, lower than others, and it's bigger than black and white. But anyways, like for anybody that's really been going through this, and you've been handling as much as you can, and trying to maintain, just let this fuel your fire and desire just to aim for higher. Because I'm not going to give up, but honestly it's draining. Especially when you living amongst a whole crowds and crowds of energy vampires. And especially when you are, upgrading. When you are climbing the ladder of what they would call spirituality. Seeing things for what they are and not the illusion could be very scary, mind-blowing, mind-altering, etc. They speak of Enki and Alil, what they would call the extraterrestrial brothers, who seeded the planet, along with the ultimate scientists. Because God and creators are ultimate creators, scientists, etc. And one was agreeable and one was disagreeable. And they say that they splice human genetics with alien or extraterrestrial DNA. Some say we all fell from grace one way or another and chose to come back here. A lot of things could be a little frustrating when you have a lot of different evolution theories and creation theories on how we got here and what's our purpose. But one thing is for sure, it's definitely good versus evil, dark versus light. You don't have to always be on defense. You have to know when and how to play your position. You know what I'm saying? You got to know you can't always be in a defense, mind state, because then everywhere you go, you're ready to defend yourself. You're ready to do this, you're ready to do that. And that's not healthy. You got to know when to laugh. You gotta know when you gotta have sense of humor. Because if you don't have a sense of humor, then all you're gonna do is be letting life get the best of you. And that's what they want. That's what the enemy wants. They want to, ultimately destroy you. Imprisonate you or take you out your avatar. That's the ultimate goal. But for others, they just like the little petty games and the little monitoring people. Everybody play their position in the heavenly realm and in the what they would label the hell realm. You have generals, you have sergeants, you got all of these, all in the celestial realm. So it is a war, and it's overstood. But sometimes I feel like I be getting too deep for some of the viewers, and for other ones that left comments about the angel and the aliens as demons type of things, shout out to you. Hopefully you're not disagreeable, but you understand deeper, and certain other people that understand that this is beyond what we see with our physical eyes. Because me personally, I haven't did anything personal to nobody, and I'm constantly under attack. at the highest level of monitoring. Word through the grapevine, somehow I must have ruffled some feathers in high places, you know. But that's the reason why I feel like I'm guarded at all times, because at the end of the day, you attacked at all times, and that's for the real ones that can relate, you know. It's only a few of the real ones that's around. A lot of these people want to carry these high titles. Hey, who am I to tell you what you are? If you feel like you a god, a king, a queen, But if you ain't living in that truth, if you're not practicing what you're preaching, if you're not going through these real struggles, then I don't think these titles could be passed down easily to just anyone. I'm here to motivate and constantly create. I ain't got time for hate. And sometimes it consumes me, and I get hateful, and I be wanting terrible things to happen to people, because people be wanting terrible things to happen to me. And that's just not the correct way to think when we all think in that type of way, because that's how revenge is. If everybody keep thinking about revenge, when could you ever get peace? Like a seesaw, up and down, up and down. No, I don't like many people because of the experiences that I've had in my life. I don't know how to speak for other people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, and I always try to break it down once in a while racially, because people are so sensitive nowadays, and they always think, black and white. It's deeper than that, And these colors is just an excuse anyway, from evil forces versus, good forces. Pay attention to the movies. There's a lot going on, and it's only the strong is going to survive. What they say, survival of the fittest, I don't got to tell the enemy, whoever that may be, or anybody that claim to be disagreeable to the real ones, such as myself, I ain't got to tell you that, I can stand alone or go against things. And again, I'm not speaking from a cocky perspective either. I'm more confident. Because for a long time, I could only see certain things until I see one experience that I'm hoping was a good experience. Because nowadays, you never know. Something may appear to be one way and turn out to be another. Pay attention to the animals, I believe spirits and different things jump into animals. I know it's a lot of whoever may be listening. It is what it is, Hopefully you're a supporter. If you ain't supporting, then you hate, and it's all good. You're going to get your turn, and that's not me wishing nothing bad on you. But the energy that you put out and the energy that you create, you're definitely going to get this back. Don't try to keep dodging karma by trying to tell the truth. That's another thing the enemy does, is try to escape karma by telling you the truth. Even though through a lot of deception and a lot of illusions, the enemy has to tell you the truth. Is universal law. For them to try to keep escaping or hiding or delaying their karma. But I feel like the ultimate karma is coming for the ones that definitely deserve it. And if these videos making you feel a certain way in a good way, making you feel powerful, because you are powerful and you're here for a purpose, you most likely are part of those real ones. You got to come here, play your position. Remember what you're here to do. I'm still learning. Pay attention to every clues in life that you get. It'll show you the direction that you should be going. The enemy is here to distract you, to attack you, to try to detach you, from your greatness. from your birthright, from who you really are. You know? It's me, lately, you know, and if you're going through what I've labeled and a lot of people have labeled gang stalking, you know, just understand and know that it's spiritual. I know it's certain cleanses I must do, or certain diets I might even take, because I'm not living the full best. But I know for a fact that I am doing the work. I am doing something. I'm not just sitting back, you know, trying to preach something and not at least live by it for the most part. It's very, very difficult trying to be positive when you're surrounded by negative. Especially when you absorb feelings, you know. Some people absorb so much, man. You can absorb so much negative energy, and if you don't know how to harness it into positive energy, or know how to, you know, not let it affect you, it will. Trust me, it got me so many times. Even now, I find myself almost breaking down, but I have to realize, like, I'm here for a reason. You here for a reason, you know? If I'm breaking down, how I look breaking down, and there's others that came before me and come after me that need to be, you know, motivated. And need to know that they need to be strong and just keep going, and I guarantee you everything is gonna go your way, because the universe is with you. But if you think you're not gonna go through attacks, if you think you're not gonna, it's like right now, you want to turn the camera around so many times again. It's a whole bunch of crowds just looking at the water that they've already seen a million times. I'm not gonna keep cutting this off just because it's some nosy ass people all the time. And I don't got a problem with even telling them, but they can move around. I don't like them in my face. Like, go. Cause you ain't looking at shit, you just being nosy. Get the fuck on. I don't care if this vid don't even come out. I don't like it. Just like every time. Cool?
Trey?
No.
No? Alright, so Trey, are you well?
You said what?
Are you well, sir?
Am I well?
Are you well? Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, good, sir. I'm good, sir.
Yeah, alright. I'm in the video. But that's what I be saying too. Bunch of people just about to get ready and come down, and I get sick of ending these videos because, you know, they not looking. There ain't even nothing over here. They just over here staring. If I wouldn't even got up, they would have sat there and just been sitting there. But see, even me, I be getting upset, man. I'm gonna let this video drag a little bit longer just because I get, and like I said, if people was real, true subscribers or whatever, or supporters, they would leave a comment and say, I like what you're doing, or something like that, you know? Even if... What's up?
You call me Chad, you like that, would you ever say that after work?
I don't even smoke cigarettes.
All right, Chad.
No problem. My point being example, you know? Like I said, if I had to count, you'll see how many, it's not even nothing over here. These people been over here. They not seeing anything, then they point my direction and stuff. See, even when I'm not trying to talk about this stuff so much, I end up talking about it because it's like that's the basis of my life. So for anybody that's going through these type of situations, I want you to know that you are special. You're a powerful being. You know what I'm saying? It's really what it is. And they trying to absorb your light at the same time. It's almost like constant agony, you know? Plus they know what I ride, you know, because they monitor and watch and stalk, you know what I'm saying? My little whatever's parked right there is just to get annoying, because I'm the type of person, I don't bother people, bug people. I'm pretty sure you're the same way if you're going through certain things. If you know you've been on especially this spiritual journey, and I gotta label it that because for people to understand, to overstand, what I'm even talking about? You know, just know it's bigger. You know, don't look at it for anybody that's looking at it just in a simple way. It's spiritual attacks. You know what I'm saying? It's the enemy. Uh, you know, I don't like to keep labeling these names, but the devil, demons, whatever you really want to call them, monitoring spirits, and the ones that call you by your name or ever called you by your name. If you ever encountered anything like that, like it knew you from somewhere, then that's most likely what they will call a familiar spirit. And that's some of the worst of spirits. Because from my understanding, they don't only hunt you, but they hunt your bloodline. You know, there is a lot of work to be done. You know what I'm saying? And I think I've accepted this, and sometimes I feel like I can't take it, but I know I could take it. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm built for it. But sometimes even I be wanna crash out because all I want to do is just be left alone sometimes. You know, I've tried to be social with people. I've tried to do the whole. I'm social once in a while with certain people, certain family. Like, it's not like I'm just a whole introvert. Like, I don't talk to people. And I'm sure for anybody that can relate to these videos, you're the same way. Everybody came here with a family. Everybody went to school with people. You know people. I can be very sociable. It's just the energy that certain individuals give off, and it's not good energy. So I don't want it by me. You know, especially if I'm considered a small YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I got enough subscribers so I don't know where these people subscribe from. You know, and like I said, there could be some in this town, which probably is, who knows? And if they from other places, shout out to the real supporters. But a lot of these people are gang stalkers. You know what I'm saying? They disagreeable beings. Or boss trolls. So you're gonna go through that in this awakening stage. The higher the attacks, the more higher you reaching that goal to ascending and unlocking, the knowledge that you need to be unlocked. And it only gonna come through from pain and suffering. Unfortunately, it's like they showed you. I don't like to get too much with the biblical things, but Christ and the rest of the characters. Well, now I don't want to say characters because, again, I believe that there's a lot of truth in that book, and I do believe that man has tainted a lot in that book also. So you got to use your own discernment. This content is not for the simple-minded. So if you're not a deep thinker, if you don't think outside the box, because let's be real, it's a lot of people that you would assume that don't know anything about this knowledge. I've met people that I didn't even think would even talk about this kind of stuff, and I had a deep conversations, and I'm surprised that a lot of people already know about this. It just takes certain people to remind you or to bring it out of you. I know a guy that sat around and talk about rap battles and all this other stuff, and then we happened to bring up a deep conversation one day, and I was so surprised about all the knowledge that he knew about the Galactic Federations. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's really a Galactic Federation. Depending on how my energy, I'll be dropping a few videos, but I ain't about to let them stop me. That's why I was about to stop the video, because it's like, again, I'm probably gonna start turning the camera around so you can see these people's faces and make them look, maybe make them famous, for the real supporters that support. Because again, like I said before, I like to definitely talk and get to know and definitely drop content, but I also like for you to see. If you see some of my vids, I tried to do a little bit of movement around, or you see me moving around, because I like to be exclusive that way. Well, yeah, it's for my deep thinkers, man. There's a lot of things cloaking in the skies, man. They will call UFOs. Some of these things are maybe terrestrials. or are we terrestrials or interterrestrials? We got a lot of different species that's not necessarily considered extraterrestrial or alien. Because there are things that live amongst us that's always been here that we don't even know of. And they keep them in the X-Files and a lot of the heavily watched place that they don't want you and I at. Top secret. You follow me? You know, we can get real deep, but you know, sensory is real high nowadays. But the truth shall be revealed. Like, comment, and subscribe, share. Shout out to my underdogs, immortals. It's definitely the God, triple ones, ions, 13. And I'm out. Check out the short feeds. Check out the vids. I ain't went live in a while. I plan to, but check them out, you know. I'd appreciate it. Triple.